god, I was not expecting to make this, hopefully a quick ramble, because I really want to get back to the video, but oh my god. As of late, I've been watching, Asmongold clips, and he apparently did a reaction to the Yakuza Like a Dragon Hawaii game, because there was like a video that came out a few days ago. I didn't watch it because I just wanted to like not really pay too much attention to it because I didn't know like whether or not I'd be like buying the game soon. But it looks like I have to because it looks fucking wild. But I got like an Instagram post clip of it showing off some of the gameplay, and as soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh my god, they did it. They made Black Flag 2. Something that Ubisoft is completely incapable of doing, right? And I'm I saw it on my YouTube feed like 5 minutes ago where Asmongold's reacting. So I said, fuck it, let's just watch it. And who knows how much crazier this video is going to get. I'm only like, what, 3 minutes into it? 3 minutes and 42, how about that? And he pauses on like probably the best part of the whole thing, in my opinion. I haven't finished it, so who knows? But there is literally a still where I guess Majima is using a heat attack, and this just sums it up perfectly, right? Like if you had to pick one image to sell the game, this sums it up perfectly. Majima dressed up as a pirate, playing with a fucking violin that summons sharks on land. And it's just like, that description does not do it justice. Because just looking at the image itself, it sells the game. It fucking sells. It's fucking sad because Ubisoft, like Yves, Gelmont, whatever the fuck his name is, he's like, oh yeah, Skull and Bones, yeah, it's gonna be our first quadruple A game, and it's like, motherfucker, you couldn't even find the time to program the ability to get off your ship and like plunder other ships and get into melee combat. And that's what doesn't make sense, right? Is that they have the game. They literally they made that game. They made Black Flag. Like, the blueprint was there. The only other game that comes close to it is literally Odyssey. And even then, I feel like Odyssey is like slightly... What's the term? Odyssey feels a little bit clunkier. Because obviously with Black Flag, you had cannons. There was a lot of spectacle with the cannons and the explosions. It looked good. But then, you had the ropes to like fucking swing onto the ship. You could use like the puckle gun or the cannon to like cause some extra fucking damage and shoot the enemy like from there. Like, yeah, you can still use a bow and arrow, but I mean, it's not the same as using a fucking cannon to just blast motherfuckers off, right? And, you had to take out different fucking enemies as like side objectives while you're on the ship if you really wanted to like take over it and get extra resources. There was even like, an actual animation of like, oh, if you decide to repair your ship, it's like, you get to see like your soldiers, your crew, like take some resources and take them onto the ship. Or if you commandeer a ship for Kenway's fleet, you put like some sort of pirate hat on them, like shit like that, contextual stuff. And it pads it out. It makes it feel like you're an actual fucking pirate here and you're partaking in different things with, privateering in a way. Odyssey didn't really have that, right? And given I'm kind of like changing my tune slightly, but it's only because it's like with Odyssey, I decided to grind it out these past few months get to level 99. Given I haven't upgraded my ship yet all the way, I just upgraded its fucking offensive capabilities. Because I upgraded its offensive capabilities, it doesn't feel as spongy. That's the best way to describe fucking Odyssey. It's spongy. Now, it might not be as spongy as, like, oh, I don't know, Monster Hunter. Sorry, co-host. Gotta fucking rip into it a little bit here. But depending on like what level you're on, like how often you upgrade your gear, yeah, like Odyssey is a tad spongy. And thankfully, I managed to get my gear up high enough that okay, I got like an 85% crit chance. I'm a glass can right now because I decided to go to Corfu early. Skip the cutscene so I wouldn't have any spoilers. And I got that one engraving where it doubles my damage, but I take double the fucking damage as well when I get hit. But fuck it, being a glass can, it's actually amazing because I can actually kill people within like a couple swings potentially, stack on some fire damage, enable, the Ares' Rage ability, especially whenever I have like that one engraving from the fucking Viking set where it gives me 50% more damage. I'm fucking killing shit in like half a second. It's so empowering. It makes it feel fun. Same thing with the ship in a way. Like, yeah, I'm kind of like a glass can with that as well because I haven't been using my resources to upgrade the armor. But I mean, I think all my lieutenants give me like 20% increase in arrow damage. So I'm doing a decent chunk there. But even besides all that, like compared to Black Flag, it just doesn't feel right. Because it felt like there was like actual range and it didn't take forever for your cannonballs to refill. Not to mention, it was like with, Black Flag, right? There was the cannonballs, and then I think there was like grape shot and explode, like the fire rounds as well. There was like different types of ammunition. In fucking Odyssey, like, yeah, sure, you have the arrows, and you have the flame arrows, and you have the javelins, and you have flaming javelins. That's it. And fire, all that really does is you can stack it up enough. Yeah, it'll stop the fucking boat for a couple seconds, the enemy boat, and you can, like, do some damage over time, but that's all it really is. At least in Black Flag, you had the normal cannon shot that you had infinite amounts of, thank Christ, but it didn't have, like, a ridiculous cooldown similar to fucking Odyssey. If I'm right, grape shot was used up for close range, and that did like a great amount of damage. Then you had the chain shot, which was a front type attack, I believe, and that was used for slowing the ship down slightly, I believe. But then you had like the fiery cannon. I don't know what it was called. It was like the heavier shot. I think it was actually just called heavy shot. But with heavy shot, it was like that did a tremendous amount of damage, but you only had a limited amount. Like you had like 25 rounds when you had like all the capacities upgraded, but it did so much damage. You saved that shit for the Man of Wars. But then it was like, you had fucking mortars that you could do some long-range attacks on. And then you had the fucking explosive barrels that you could launch behind you. And then you can use the fucking, the cannons. Not the cannons. It's not the puckle shot. What the fuck were those called? I'm looking it up. AC Black Flag ship weapons. Let's see. Naval combat. Here we go. Jackdaw weapon guide. Here we go. Here we go. Chain shot. Cans on the front. Broadside cans. Your basic attack. Fire barrels. The heavy shot. The heated rounds. My favorite. More swivel guns! Fucking swivel guns! There we go. That's what you use to, like, actually take out the the fucking weak points, at least with the swivel guns, especially when you upgrade them all the way. You got the epic upgrade for them. You can just hold down triangle, and if there was like multiple fucking weak spots, it would just go pop, 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 just pop off every single fucking one. With the fucking weak points in Odyssey, you have to account for, like, the enemy moving. You might miss a shot. You might not be fucking close enough. Nah! Swivel guns. Pop! 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 No fucking slowdown. No fucking mercy. Just keep fucking black. Just thinking about the naval combat alone makes me want to play Black Flag right now. I won't fucking lie. It's so fucking good. And it's like, the blueprint was a fucking amazing, especially of how subpar it was in Assassin's Creed 3. It's like Black Flag was just basically going, yeah, let's just take that naval combat and jack up to 11 and make it like an actual full-fledged feature, and it fucking worked. It was fucking beautiful. And yet, Skull and Bones comes out. And it's a fucking mockery. It's fucking shit to no end. Now, admittedly speaking, I mean, Odyssey, I guess, does some things right, in terms of, like, the skins for the Adrista, or the skins for your crew. I think I got myself the Poseidon one, where, like, it makes them look like they're, like, sea fellows, where they have, like, tattoos on their chest. They got, like, some pointy helmets and shit, and, like, admittedly speaking, I thought it looks kind of cool. I think I was using the Hush for a minute, where it was like some not ethereal, it was like all women with like some gold helmets and like some pale skin in a way. And admittedly speaking, like, some of the crew and shit, like, that's kind of cool. And, like, the perks from, like, the lieutenants, that's actually kind of cool as well. But it's just like, besides that, it's like Odyssey's naval combat, it's subpar. It's a downgrade. It's fucking stupid. And then it's kind of fucking weird, right? Because, like, after Black Flag and Rogue, there was what? Unity and Syndicate. And then, they took a break on the whole naval combat shit. And then, Origins comes out. I think I remember playing Origins. I think there was a couple of naval sections in there. It was kind of like akin to Assassin's Creed 3. It wasn't anything that big. There wasn't even a whole lot. I think there was like one segment where there was some naval combat. It was for fucking Ava. It was the fucking wife of Bayek. Who knows who the fuck she was? That's how little I care about Origins. I mean, fuck me, whenever I got the game, it's like there was like that option to automatically boost yourself up to level 50. So you can do the DLC. I just said, yeah, fuck it, I'll do that, and as compensation, I'll just fucking do everything on the map. God, that was fucking dreadful. But yeah, it was like, there's that. Like, that was like basically the equivalent of Assassin's Creed 3, and then Odyssey was like the Black Flag moment, but it was just like, it didn't feel right. And even now it doesn't feel right. Even if I were to upgrade everything to the max, I optimize like the fucking offensive capabilities, it just doesn't feel right. Especially like, the fire arrows. Like, I guess that's like the thing, like the heavy shot, once you loot some barrels for some ammo and you like board the ship, don't destroy it, you board it and you like, take it for its resources to refill your heavy shot, you got 25 fucking rounds ready to fucking go. And if I'm right, there was like kind of like a slowdown for it, but if I'm right, at least for Rogue, because Rogue kind of like doubled down on like the brokenness of it, I think. Because I think, like, say for like the normal cannon shot, you can fire off like 2 quick like bursts, or like 2 shots before you have to wait for the reload. Same thing, I think, happens with the heavy shot as well. But like with heavy shot, like, it had the same range as the normal cannons, but you just had 25 rounds or 30, however much you fucking had when you got the schematic fully upgrade, and you can use it whenever you want. With fucking Odyssey, it just takes forever to build up that fire gauge. And yeah, I know there's some fucking lieutenants are like, yeah, you can start out combat with like one fucking gauge, but it's like that's a thing. It might be a maximum of four. That might barely be enough to possibly light a ship on fire. Even then, you gotta account for: are you close enough? Are they going too fast enough in a particular direction? You might fucking miss it. There's a whole lot of variables that kind of make it really hard to use fucking fire arrows. Yeah, it could just be me being like bitchy and like maybe not being a good Odyssey player, but it's like, fuck that. Give me cannons, baby. Arg! But then we go back to Yakuza, Pirate, Hawaii, fucking mental game. And given it looks a lot more arcadey. But from some of the snippets of gameplay that I've seen, between, you can actually sail the ship, you can attack apparently 360 degrees. Like, there's apparently some crazy fucking cannons for the front. And how wacky and crazy it is to board a ship and fight the enemies on there as well. It's kind of like, akin to like the normal Yakuza beat 'em up shit. Even all of that alone, from what I saw from the clips, Yakuza Like a Dragon Hawaii Pirate Simulator, whatever the fuck it's called, that is more of a proper spiritual successor to Assassin's Creed Black Flag than Skull and Bones is. And depending on how this shit goes, it does make me a little bit concerned, because like the leaks and rumors going about, suppose like, it had fucking Shadows not been delayed and like it actually came out properly in November last year. Supposedly this year we would have gotten a remake of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And that scares me, because it's like, of all the games you would want to remake, why would you want to remake something that, by all counts, is still sound today? Given there was like one instance where I think I was playing and like the FPS was a little bit fucked, because I think it was only like capped at like 59 FPS, but it was really jittery. 59, it was like going from 59 to 58, 59 to 58. It was really fucking jittery. It wasn't a solid 60. I think it might have fixed itself at some point. Maybe they released an update where it was fixed, but it was like, beyond all that, it runs smoothly at 60 FPS. And given that's just me playing at like 2K60 Ultra, but I mean, now I have like a crystal clear, glossy 4K monitor. And if I'm right, there is a mod on Nexus where I think it does uncap the FPS. Black Flag. Okay, Black Flag. I love. Oh, Authentic Briggs? Whoa, 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 no, fuck off the Authentic Briggs. Wait, it allows you to replay the legendary ships? What? Legendary ships will now respawn after you sink them and leave the area? Dude, I swear to God, I had to admit though, modding for fucking Black Flag is fucking mental. We can use the fucking machete? Can we use the fucking machete? We can use daggers? What? Dude, I swear to God, modding for Black Flag has just gotten better over the years. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, frame drops. Here, 144. Is it one? No, it isn't? I'm actually going to look 1 minute. Okay, admittedly, I'm kind of glad I went through some of the mods here, though, because apparently, okay, June 8th, 2024. Katana Sword. Mod replaces the Scotting Broadsword of Katana Sword from Assassin's Creed Rogue. Now, assuming this uses the Anvil toolkit, so let me just take a gander here, because I think I have the mod kit for Assassin's Creed. Does it use Forger? Is that what it is? No, no, it isn't. Okay, never mind. That's honestly kind of fucking. Oh yeah, No? Forge tool? Maybe that's it. Well, it said it was using the Anvil toolkit, so who knows? Maybe they fucking use. Maybe they're using like a new toolkit here for Black Flag. Because the most that here we go. Here we go. 240 FPS ultra wide monitor patch. Just replace your AC4 BFSP.exe in your game directory. Yeah, so I mean, there is a mod that can uncap the FPS, which means, I could potentially play Black Flag in 4K 144 FPS on a glossy screen monitor. That alone just sounds beautiful. Because, I tried out Dead Space 2 after a few years on this monitor, and it felt like I was playing a remake. It felt like I was playing a remaster. It was that good looking. But it's like, besides all that, let's just say we're not even using mods. Let's just say you're playing it legit. It's like, Black Flag doesn't need a remake. It's fine the way it is. Like, yeah, there's a couple things I wouldn't mind in it. Like maybe let's just theorize what they could be adding in this remake. Yeah, maybe they'll add a couple new weapons. Maybe they'll add a couple of new, some new ships to fight. Maybe they'll add in some new upgrades for the Jackdaw. Maybe they'll add in some crew customization. Paint skins. No, sorry. I have been hearing there's been some sort of new fucking virus coming out of fucking China recently. I must have gotten a little bit of a whiff of that. But yeah, like, what they can like maybe improve the crew customization. Maybe we can give them like new weapons, so maybe like they can like function differently. Maybe we can have lieutenants. Maybe there could be a way to like like kidnap certain soldiers and like recruit them to our cause. And like maybe that can give us some extra bonuses. Who knows? But it's like there isn't really a whole lot. Like, the only I know I talked about like some improvements I would love for Black Flag as a what if in the past, like improving the Great Inwaga and all that stuff. But it's like, besides all that, Black Flag is just perfect by itself. The characters, the story, the gameplay, all of it. It's fucking perfect. And them just doing a fucking remake, I fear what they'll do to it, especially for the gameplay, especially for, the fucking DLC, because no doubt they're gonna monetize the fuck out of it. They're gonna fucking do something to make it stupidly egregious. And we don't even know like what type of remake it is, right? We don't know if it's something like akin to maybe the Last of Us remake, where it's just a graphical coding improvement, or is it something like maybe Dead Space, where they do decide to redo some things with the gameplay? Maybe they adjust the story slightly, but like overall, it's still like a 90-ish% comparison to it. Or is it something along the lines of Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 2 even, where like the story, like, yeah, it has some of the basic story beats, but like there's like some huge fundamental differences with the gameplay and some story shit being cut to the point where it does actually feel like a completely different game, and it's like not really Resident Evil 2. Or is it something like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, where yeah, it follows like the similar gameplay or the story of Disc One, but they completely change it up between the gameplay and like the story of the fucking ghosts or the apparitions, whatever the fuck they are, to the point where it kind of butchers it in a way, and it's like, what the fuck is this bullshit? So I don't know. We don't know what the fucking remake could be, but it makes me scared because I love Black Flag. It's one of the best Assassin's Creed games out there. And Lord knows what they'll do. I mean, fuck. I'm trying to remember whenever I I played it. I mean, what? I remember a cold winter day. And there was a lot of snow, and I remember I finally got Assassin's Creed 3. I can't even recall like what happened around the time Black Flag came out. I know I had fun. I remember like climbing up Havana and all that stuff and doing that intro mission, but it's like I don't remember much about my early days with Black Flag. But yeah, like I'm scared. I'm scared for it. I'm actually fucking scared. But I mean, we gotta wait to see how Shadows comes out and how that pans out. And it's like depending on how AMD decides to go about this whole GPU bullshit here. Maybe I'll get myself a free copy of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Cause that's the only way I'm gonna fucking play it. Let me fucking tell you. But yeah. I'm gonna keep watching this video. Like I remember, I love how I say it's gonna be a short ramble. It's like almost 26 fucking minutes. I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of the soda I have left here. Some knockoff crackers. Maybe I'll play a little bit of No Man's Sky. I'm gonna go to bed. But I just wanted to laugh about that fucking Yakuza like a pirate and all that stuff. Like that's more of a Black Flag game than what Skull and Bones is. Fucking mental.